All right, we're going to talk about the meniscus. So the meniscus are the cushions of the knee. So they serve two roles here. The first one is to deepen the socket. So if we look at the femur, we have round ends called the condyles, and the tibia is flat. And so the round on the flat isn't providing much stability there. So these cartilage here with the meniscus deepens the socket and acts as suction cup. So it kind of keeps it in there. The second reason for the meniscus is it provides cushion. So we're constantly landing with lower extremity, walking, running, jumping, any of those things. And there's a lot of force that goes into our femur and our tibia. So this helps disperse that. So a couple of the important things to understand about the meniscus. First of all, the medial one is more like a C, where the lateral one is more of a full circle. With the MCL, so when we talk about the blood supply first of these, the outer rim here have vessels, blood vessels, and they can heal. So if a tear happens there, and they can go in and repair that tear and salvage the cartilage, and it will heal. But if a tear happens on the inside, there is no blood vessel, so it will not heal on its own very well. So they usually just go in and cut it out. Here's the issue, is that with cartilage, it's mostly made of water here in the meniscus. And so as we age, just like our discs and our spine, we will it'll dehydrate, it'll get smaller. We'll also just beat it up over time because it is really the cushions of the knee, and there's so much force going through the knee. So these will get smaller, and we want them to be big and thick, but they inherently will get smaller over time. And so that puts more pressure on articular cartilage at the end of our bone and our bone in general, and eventually we can be bone on bone, which is osteoarthritis, which is a big problem. And so it's just important that when we're looking at what to do for a meniscus, we want to keep them as thick and healthy as possible. When we have meniscus tears, which I'll talk about in the biomechanics, pathomechanics section of how this happens, we want to be able to go in and repair them. But if they don't, then we have to cut them out. If they're in an area where there's not good blood supply, or it's so big and deep that a repair is not going to heal very good. So they have to go in and cut it out, and that can get thinner and thinner and put us at more risk for osteoarthritis. So meniscus is very important to our joint health, to our stability, providing that static suction cup kind of stabilization, but also providing that kind of cushion and allowing us to be able to disperse that force. So if you have any question about this, reach out.